Happy New Year, everybody. This is Edge and Sryth. Do we call this the Edgecast, or do we call it something else now? I don't know if we need to rename this at any point. What do you think?
Well, I already had an idea. I was just going to come out and say it, just so you know.
Go for it.
Welcome to grab your knives, grab your forks, and grab your syrup. Welcome to Sryth and Edge's Waffle Hour.
You know what? I actually like the waffle hour. That's not bad.
Honestly, I was just thinking about it at the moment. It's like, that's it. It's called the Waffle Hour now. Grab your knives, grab your forks, grab your syrup. It is Sryth and Edge's Waffle Hour.
Do you know what? If people want us to call this the Waffle Hour for 2024, vote down below. I tell you what, if I get 5 likes, and don't you fucking dare, Sryth, trying to get other people to do it. If I get 5 likes on this podcast, we will rename this the Waffle Hour. If we get more than 5 likes, then it will be permanently the Waffle Hour. Unless a better suggestion is made. But
I know people.
Don't you fucking dare ruin this for me. 2024, the first thing you do is, I'm going to troll Edge. I'm going to call it the Waffle Hour. This is the first podcast episode of 2024. Obviously, thank you everybody for jumping on 2023 and listening to various podcasts, watching our videos, exploits of Monster Hunter, and me and Sryth kicking the shit out of each other and mocking the crap out of each other.
It's more the latter. It's more the latter.
More the latter. I've enjoyed your pain and your deaths. Many, many deaths. More than I've got.
I'd just like to say, for 2024, can we remove the death counter, please?
We have removed the death counter. I can't keep track, mate. I've tried to keep track of it. You die too much.
Not cool.
I know it's harsh, but you're my mate, and also it's like it's funny watching you die. It's just like you're going, yeah, and then where did he come from? Well, he's a giant dragon monster, and he was right behind you when he smacked you in the face. I couldn't see him because he was behind you.
Well, for 2024, we've already decided.
Okay.
Gunner Bros for life.
That is true, by the way. If anyone wants to watch the Monster Hunter Rise videos, or potentially soon World videos we'll be going back to, we are now the Gunner Bros. We both have like bow guns. It is fucking hilarious watching how.
Well, it's like I said when I decided, and you came on and I surprised with it. It was one of those things that I played light bow gun. I loved light bow gun, and then I stopped and I haven't played it for about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I think I can't even remember how much. I say it might have even been 6 years. I can't remember how long it was now, but it's been a long time since I've played it.
What made it really fun for me was the fact that you were just so into, like, oh my god, you could see the Matrix was like how you were kind of going to me, like, you can see why I played light bowgun.
Yeah, I can. I'm just doing a couple of randoms here at the moment, so yeah.
You're finally haunting at the moment. He's multitasking. That's good. But yeah, you did mention
it's not just for women. Just like Yorkies aren't just for boys. Us guys can multitask too. Oh shit!
Oh gosh.
No, neither have I.
I need to get back into having Yorkies. They're amazing, but they've gotten smaller now.
Yeah, this is true.
So for the first podcast of 2024, obviously I am aware that I have still got to do with Sryth a review of 2023. I've had Instant Kate on, and I've had Dante on the channel reviewing their 2023s. You and me, because we.
For me, it's going to be I played this. I could probably count the amount of different games I've played on one hand.
Sure, you've been mainly playing Monster Hunter Baldur's Gate with me. In Wild Hearts.
We did Wild Hearts. I can't remember now. Was Harry Potter this year?
Yes.
Yes, I did do. Well, no, not this year. Last year. Yes, I did do Harry Potter as well.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that in the last couple of reviews. But yeah, no, it was a good year last year. You and I had worked a lot more closely together with making videos, and it was good to bring back the Two Blokes Play. And then Wild Hearts was just a really good game where we just really dove into. I think it's probably the first game that you and I played properly since Rise on the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we went to Rise on the PS5, which I don't know why. I just prefer it. I have no idea why. I feel like it just runs better.
It
Um,
does, yeah.
but
I
at the
I
same
like it on the
time,
PS5.
it's like I would have. It's like I've mentioned it before. It's like I would have loved to have gone through Monster Hunter World with you from the beginning, playing it through and experiencing it the first time. But I didn't know you back then.
That is true. We didn't. Then the game has been out for 6 years, so for 2 of those years you didn't know me. I had played with Ensif and Kate and Dante going through it for the first time. I kind of persevered with it and got further, but that's not to say they didn't get quite far. I know they got into Iceborne and they did get through into kind of like the end game content, which is always good fun. And
Thing is,
then
I got rid of my PlayStation before Iceborne came out. It was,
interesting.
I tell you what, it was just before they dropped. Was it? Is it Behemoth?
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
fucking hell, that thing.
it was just before they dropped that. That was when I got rid of the PlayStation because obviously child.
Now, you see, the funny
Um,
thing about that is, so I've played both the crossover events with World and with 14. So for many people who play Monster Hunter or are getting back into World now for the first time, so there's a monster that has been that was a part of an event where you can fight Behemoth from Final Fantasy, but it was the Final Fantasy 14 version. And so what made it interesting is they tried to make it so the mechanics from 14 were in this fight. So, for example, it can cast spells that you have to keep moving as it will drop AoEs down where you were before. It does a meteor attack where you've got to hide behind bits of debris to survive the explosion. You can't tank it, you have to hide behind a rock that drops. You
Although
can
there
also do.
was the mechanic of aggro, it's the first time it's ever sort of come to Monster Hunter was the concept of aggro.
Yes, so you had to try and keep aggro from the monster, and the more you did certain things, that aggro could pass over to other people, and so you had to
That's
kind of
also the only reason why I started playing Lance. When I heard about that being released, I was like, I'm tanking it.
well,
I
that's
don't care. I'm tanking it.
but you would see like loads of like dual blades going. Oh my god! Why is it attacking me? Because you picked the aggro off the tank. Oh my god! But it was really good fun. A tough fight, and then an extreme version as well. But in Final Fantasy 14, you could fight Rathalos in 14, and they tried to make it the mechanics as close as they could to Monster Hunter. So in 14, you have like well telegraphed AoE markers to tell you where the boss is going to hit. In the Rathalos fight, there's nothing of that nature. You have to kind of learn how it fights, and like you know how we know when it's looking a certain way, don't be it by its side, so don't be in front of it, or
Yeah.
kind of move around. Yeah, things like that. There was a couple of AoE things that you would learn from the other monsters, but for Rathalos itself, there are none. So you had to kind of learn the fight, as in like a proper Monster Hunter fight. And you had like mega potions. Healing was limited after a certain point of the fight. And if you beat it and collect enough of the material to get the rewards, you could actually get Rathalos as a mount. And I have that, and I fly
That
around in
that's cool.
14 riding my Rathalos because fuck
That
yes,
that's
that's
pretty
why.
cool.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant. It plays the music as well. Proof of a Hero, I'm pretty sure as well. I'm like,
Although you would trade it all for
to be honest, if I had a Basil Geist monster, and I had the sound effect, and I could dive bomb the players, you bet your fucking ass I'd have that.
you would
Uh,
trade everything for that.
I would trade it in for one of those, yeah.
I would
Um,
probably start playing it just for that.
I mean, you have to beat it like 50 times to get the reward, but once you've done it, you've got that mount permanently, and you can fly around on it, and it's. Do you know it's a good fight? You can also get Rathalos armor, and you can get a dyeable version as well, so you can dye the armors. You can get like a Poogie. You get the music as well as a soundtrack you can have to listen to whenever you want. Um, just a really good kind of crossover event, which I thought was quite nice. Um, but speaking of Monster Hunter, this is also another reason why we're doing the podcast today because obviously you and I are massive Monster Hunter nuts, and obviously this last
Never,
year
ever, ever thought I'd find another Monster Hunter fan. Honestly, never thought I
you
would.
did doubt me at one point. Literally, you were like, "Oh yeah, I play Monster Hunter," and you're like, "Yeah, but do you?" And you found out that actually, yes, I do.
It's like, yeah, yes, you do. You started in Try. It wasn't just like Monster Hunter World and a bit of that. No, you started in Try. So that's fine. You
the
understand. You
Wii version,
appreciate the OG Monster Hunter. Doesn't
which
matter. You
arguably
appreciate
is
the
fucking
OG Monster
harder
Hunter.
because
It
with
is.
like motion controls and then fucking underwater combat. I will die on that fucking hill. That game was hard.
I'm
But
not
yeah,
doubting it.
then I played it on the Wii U and the 3DS, and then the Switch and PlayStation. So I'm familiar with the series, but you've obviously played more of the portable versions than I have. Um, Now, obviously, beginning at the end of last year, they announced Wilds at the Game Awards, and you and I
Oh.
were like, well, consider me intrigued.
Well, I've already told you. I think I said it on the last thing as well. I'm hibernating now until 2024, 2025.
Yes, you are.
I can't wait a whole year. I'm going to hibernate for it. End of.
Do you know what?
I'm going to take a sabbatical from work
When they
and
mentioned
hibernate.
2025, I was like, oh God, really? Oh, because it's going to be so long. And though we are currently at the moment doing the last few fights of Rise Sunbreak so that we're done with Sunbreak.
It ain't going to take us that long, though. That's the problem.
What we've got, was it 5 Elder Dragons left to do? And then once we've done, we've already beaten Primordial Malzeno. So we've got nothing left to prove as part of that once we've done it. I do kind of want to beat the Risen monsters just so we say we've done it.
Yeah.
Then we've done everything. I mean, we don't need to get. There's no other monster to fight after that.
And I'm not that bothered about getting 999 master rank. I'm not that bothered about min-maxing my armor. Once I've killed them, I've killed them. End of.
Yeah, it's nice to like if you want to make an armor style or armor set. But if there's nothing left to do, that's pretty much it. And we've effectively done all the cool stuff we want to do, and it's been a great journey over the last 2 years of collecting bits and doing all the fun things. If you look back on my channel, we've got tons of videos of what we've done in Rise, and then Sunbreak as well. So yeah, no, it's been a good experience. But once we've done that, we then really don't have much left to do. We can go back to World because you've never done Iceborne, for example. Say,
I started on Iceborne.
do you know what? I did enjoy seeing your reactions in Iceborne because even if I have done it, I have not done everything on it. You haven't done any of it, really.
Well, maybe I should just go back on my main save and then just start focusing more towards getting a light bow gun set, and we'll do the same for you. Because the thing is, you've got a your sort of like end game set, so you can sort of help get all the stuff. We'll start getting the light bow gun sets, and we'll start building it from there.
I mean, from Iceborne, I've done all the cutscenes. That was the one, and then obviously then we will then be doing the Gunner Bros, getting you through the story of Iceborne. There's actually a lot of content in Iceborne, lots to do, and then there's the Guiding Lands, and then there's the final monster.
That is one I'm really looking forward to trying. The amount of times you've mentioned about it, I'm really looking forward to trying out this Guiding Lands.
The one thing, we'll talk about that in a little bit in another part of the video, possibly. But yeah, the Guiding Lands is, for those who don't know, in World, end game content where you have this biome that has several other smaller biomes built into it. So you have like a volcanic area, you've got like a ice crystallish area, you've got coral, jungle, desert, like the bone, like carcass area, and you can level up each of those areas to be better so that certain monsters will appear. There's no time limit as per se in there. The thing is, as well, is that biome also is very dependent on you. So my biome will be different to yours. So if you needed to fight certain things, you can join my biome and potentially collect materials that you could use for your end gear, but also to make glam. So, for example, Glamour in World is very different to Sunbreak in Iceborne. So to Sunbreak, because in Iceborne you have to collect materials of those monsters in the Guiding Lands to create the armor. So, for example, my armor set is very ninja-like. I want to collect the Oda One parts. So there's a lot of replayability there. Some people maybe not like it, but it gave me something to kind of work towards while also trying to get through the monsters. There's a couple I've not done on there. I think there's at least probably 4 or 5 monsters I've yet to complete on Iceborne. So I think for you, that will be quite good. There's enough content there to keep you preoccupied until at least the end of 2024. I'm hoping. Or we can do it very, very quick. I'm not sure. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to give it a go. But I definitely think we should
For
start
you
with the
will be
Gunner
like
Bros.
the fun one.
We should start the Gunner Bros on World purely because as I've mentioned to you before, with every sort of Monster Hunter game, it always has its own gimmick.
Yeah.
But it was like Monster Hunter, the first one was always the base game. So it was always based off the movements and everything of the original.
Yeah.
And I have a funny feeling since the release of World is the new base game. So I have a funny feeling World's your base game. The gimmick for Rise and Sunbreak was the Wirebugs and the Palamutes. We're going back to World base game now. And what's the new gimmicks? We already know one of the new gimmicks is the Star Wars lizard mount that Obi-Wan rides.
Yeah. That's going to be crazy. Like,
I want one.
I'm
I
glad
want
that
one in real life. I want one in real life.
I like that they've taken Sunbreak and Rise's like mounting thing to like the main franchise, because that was actually quite a cool gimmick. Like I'm riding the Palamute, so to have that bringing to this, I think they're trying to obviously meet both audiences from Sunbreak and World and put it together into one. But we'll see.
And I think that's another reason why I want to go through World before Wild comes out. One, obviously, I want to get it finished. But the main reason is I've gone back to World a couple of times, just sort of like playing around with it, trying out different weapons and stuff. But I need to get out of the bloody wirebug recovery habit. Because I get knocked back by a monster and I'm trying to wirebug and then it's not doing anything and then I get hit again. It's like, oh yeah, wirebugs aren't in this game.
To be fair, I do need to get back into World so I can understand if I've just completely screwed over my dodging ability and in skill. Because in Sunbreak, dodging was so easy with my setup that I don't know.
Well, the thing is, it is making sure you have that evade extender 3. Once you've got that in, I don't think it's going to be too much different. Again, World is the base game. That's where everything's derived from. So your skills that you get in here, like your standard ones, your attack boost, the amount you get, your guarding, your guard up, your evade extended, your evade window, they're all going to be based off of World.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I've definitely just fell in love with the light bowgun so much in that. But yeah, obviously, I know we've been kind of, it's appropriate calling it the waffle hour. When
grab
they
your knives, grab your forks, and grab your syrup.
When they announced Wilds, we got quite excited. Obviously, this is our intention now to get ready for Wilds. Obviously, they haven't shown off too much, but it's also the 20th anniversary of Monster Hunter this year.
Dirty little teasers.
They are, and so they have announced that they will have more information about the Monster Hunter stuff in summer. But obviously, with 20th anniversary, there could be other news. So obviously, as we hear more or get rumor mails, we'll probably run bunching more on the channel.
When is the 20th anniversary?
I'm not sure when exactly this year, but this year is the year of the 20th anniversary. So I'll have to try and find that out at some point.
Well, I'll tell you what. Monster Hunter 1 release date. Yeah, I can see that happening. So the 20th anniversary is the 21st of September.
So there's going to be something probably very big in the 21st September, you think?
I'm thinking a demo.
I reckon probably there'll be something. I reckon there's more.
With the time of the year it is, and with how close we would potentially be to having Wild's release, I'm very, very seriously thinking it could be a demo release.
You've heard it now, folks, on here. If there is one, I will make a note and go, you called it back in the very first podcast on January 5th. I'm in the mindset that they're going to announce something else as well. Like, obviously, they're going to be doing Wilds, but I reckon there's going to be other stuff being mentioned at some point.
I think potentially in like maybe Sunbreak, but I think I don't know which one they're sort of supporting more at the moment. I reckon they might even do sort of like a bit of a concept thing between both and have like a little event quest for both World and Rise. Well, Sunbreak.
There might be more content for Sunbreak at some point. So, I mean, we then have to go back and go, for fuck's sake, and just come right back into Sunbreak. But I reckon
just after I break my wirebug recovery habit, yeah.
There you go. But I reckon there's going to be. I mean, like Capcom, they do a lot, especially when you think of Resident Evil, for example, Devil May
Dragon's
Cry,
Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma. They seem to like their announcing things like special anniversaries and so forth. So I'm going to keep an open mind and keep my ear out for anything else announced relating to Monster Hunter. There could be another Monster Hunter Stories 3, possibly. We don't know.
Do you know what? I never really played those Monster Hunter Stories.
I haven't either, and I do intend to play them at some point because they seem like kind of fun. They had a proper RPG story to them as well, and you could collect monsters you could ride and battle with them, which is kind of cool.
I remember I played the first one a little bit as like a demo, and it was like you went in with a monster fight between your one and their one. It was just like a rock paper scissors.
They're kind of fun. I mean, we'll have to wait and see if I would give it a go, but who knows? There might be something like that. If it's a remake, fuck my life, that would be painful. I don't know if I could go back to playing an older one, but we'll see.
Can you imagine a Monster Hunter 1 remake? Oh, I get to punch Blankongler in the face again.
Or Monster Hunter Online, like an MMO of, here you go, jump online and fight every single fucking monster that exists.
I'm hoping that's what's coming in Wild. I'm hoping it's going to be, judging by what you've said with the guiding lands, because again, I've never experienced it. I really want to, and we're going to this year. This is the year for it. I'm hoping that, judging by what you've told me of the guiding lands, Wild is going to be built as a game around that, where you but it won't be that you develop the biomes as such. It might be, but you discover the biomes as you go and they level up, that type of thing.
I mean, there's not much that we can gain from the trailer at the moment. All that we saw was that they possibly could be the changing of terrain, potentially. So I'm intrigued by it. The only things that I would like to say is things I would hope, because they announced it's going to be releasing on PC, PlayStation. I'm not sure if it's on Xbox as well, or on launch. But I hope they've got crossplay.
They'd be stupid not to.
I know that with Sunbreak they didn't, and with World, I'm not sure if they. It's been a while. They did it with PC and PlayStation.
The only problem with Rise and Sunbreak and with how it was released and the crossplay and everything else was because it was built for a Nintendo Switch. They basically had to sort of rebuild it to upscale it to the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series, whatever it is now.
Either how it would work.
No.
And
so that's why when they go to downscale it, it's a lot easier for them to port games over rather than to the Switch, rather than to bring them back onto a higher gen console.
There's a couple of things that I noticed difference with Sunbreak versus what Iceborne, which I'm hoping that with Iceborne and World, they take a lot from that. Like, for example, the searching for monsters that you want to hunt. Because in Sunbreak, when you want to hunt a monster,
it was there. It was on the map. You had no hunting for it. It wasn't. Don't get me wrong. I love the game. It's a monster killer game. It wasn't a monster hunter game. You didn't hunt anything. You just went in, found it, killed it, done. I mean, I know in essence that is what Monster Hunter is. You go in, you kill it, you get its innards, and you create better gear to hunt bigger monsters. That is in essence, it's boss fight the game.
Yeah.
That is how I explain Monster Hunter to anyone who has never played it before. It is boss fight the game. But I really missed when I went back onto World and I started a new save, and it's like you can't find anything, nothing's there. You have to train your scout flies. I missed that. I really enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, I missed the fact that, like you said, like being able to just pick a random monster and then you fight it, and that could be an event quest, it could be a hunt, investigation, could be like anything. But with Sunbreak, I have to pick a specific quest. I have to pick something that maybe no one is
That
hunting.
drives me insane. We were on about this the other day.
Hmm.
The quest, so well, the multiplayer and how you joined it and did it in World, perfect. Perfect down to the last detail. However, in Rise, you can't just say, right, this is the monster I want to hunt. What active quests contain this monster? Get me into one of them. No, you have to pick a specific quest, right? So I need to hunt a Rathalos, so let's pick this quest, right? Nobody's doing that quest. Okay, so this quest has a Rathalos, no one's doing this quest. Let's pick this quest, no one's doing this quest. It's awful. In comparison, it is awful.
Oh god, yeah. It's. I mean, again, we love both games, but with Sunbreak, it made things really awkward because if I really want to hunt a particular monster, it's just so hard to find groups that may or may not be doing that particular version of the quest, which was always kind of annoying. I mean, the anomaly quests, it would have been nice to have had you search for that particular monster in the anomalies, but there's just nothing. Whereas if I spawn in World, if I were to hunt, say, a Baroth or another Garon, I could type it in, search for it, and it would bring up every quest available for that monster. And then I could just go into it and go, I want to do that. Perfect. And just join it. Whether I survive it or whether the people I join in survive that fight is another question. But at least I could get into fights really easy, if that made sense.
Yeah.
So,
And even now, from what I can tell,
hmm.
especially since the announcement of Wilds, a lot more people have gone back to World, so the servers are actually still quite active on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a great testament to how good the game is, and it looks amazing. Still, 6 years
I
in.
know, even now when I went on it, it's like, Jesus Christ, this game's this old. It still looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic looking game. The locations look great. Things you can do in it were really good for its time. So I have good, strong hopes for Wilds that they're just going to take off on that and just build on it. And I know full well that you and I are going to book 2 weeks off or a week off to play this
Yep.
fucking game.
Oh, I'm doing 2 weeks. I
Oh
tell
yeah.
you now, I am doing 2 weeks.
Well, I think the original thing we said was, I'm booking the week off. I'm bitch, please, with booking 2 weeks off.
Yep.
And you're like, yep.
It's like,
We have
yep,
wives, by the
I
way.
have settled on that. I've settled on that. Oh, I've already told my missus. I think I mentioned it to your missus as well. It's like,
Yeah, I
just
see
so you're
something.
aware, we're divorcing. As soon as Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, we'll remarry eventually, but
You'll have us back
it's
eventually, but
done.
we'll be playing this. We won't leave.
Yes.
Um, we won't leave the house.
Nope.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it coming out. Well, now, the question will be: are you getting on PC or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
I'm up in the air about it because I'm not sure which way we're
I
going.
don't have a decent enough PC for it, to be fair. I've got a gaming laptop,
Hmm.
but the missus plays on that mostly.
If it's cross-play, PlayStation. If it's not, I'm up in the air. I'll be playing on a platform you're playing on because I know I will be able to play the game properly.
Yeah.
But I'm up in the air still a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's the one thing I'm hoping for. The biggest one is crossplay because I really want to play with other people. And it's been kind of, I don't want to have to buy things. Say for example, Sunbreak on the PC through Steam or through fucking like PlayStation and the Switch. Because people are asking me, "Oh, Pedge, can you play us on PC?" I'm like, "No, I've got it on the Switch and PS5 now. I'm not restarting a third fucking time. Can't."
The thing
Um,
is, crossplay it is doable.
yeah.
They've done it before in oh,
Oh,
what
yeah,
was it?
definitely have. They've done it on Final Fantasy 14 for crying out loud, on
They've
PlayStation
also
and
done it
PS2.
on No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, you can join players, and they have like a little icon next to them. they are in. You can see if they're playing on PC, if they're playing on Xbox, or if they're playing on PlayStation. And most recently, you can see if they're playing on Switch as well.
Yeah. Actually, there's another good point that someone made to me recently, and the one that you've probably noticed when you've gone back to World. For the love of God, I mean, cross saving. Just quickly, I don't really mind too much because the crossplay. But if they have unskippable cutscenes, or I have to go in single player narrative, see the cutscene to then come out, then join your hunt. Don't just give us the cutscene.
Yeah, well, they
The
never
hunt.
did that in. They never did that in Rise.
They learned from that one because it was like in Monster Hunter World, you had to watch the cutscene first of the
Before you
monster.
could send out an SOS. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also the annoying thing about that is that if you and I were doing it at the same time and we were working together, we both had to go in separately. One of us would have to jump out and then join your SOS flare to continue the hunt. But once you'd seen the cutscene, it was fine. But it was like, oh, come on, really? And then sometimes it was a bitch to find the monster. Because it could be anywhere when you're trying to find the goddamn thing. So there was a little bit of that, especially on timings. But I'm hoping that with this one, they've learned. They did obviously with Sunbreak and Rise, but I'm hoping that with this one, they've taken that on board and gone, yeah, you can just jump in, play with people, and hunt to your heart's content. That's because they're getting better and better at this stuff. That's a big one that I'm hoping that we'll see from that. But again, it's all conjecture because we don't know anything yet.
We don't know anything. It's scary.
But again, like we're in January, it's a crazy year. I know obviously there's I know you're hibernating. I'm like completely happy because I've got like fuck it, like so many RPGs to play that are coming out this year that will distract me until literally the heat death of the universe or 2025. So in that
Or
regard,
the massive solar storm that's apparently due to happen.
when's
If
that one?
if that comes out, if that actually is a thing and it does happen before Wild comes out, I will cry.
They're gonna kill us?
No, it's like a Carrington event apparently that it's supposed to basically knock off. It's basically like a massive worldwide EMP.
And that'll just be like temporary, and then just come back on again.
It could take years.
Oh.
Yeah, with no internet, no electricity, nothing.
When is that due to happen?
Anytime now.
Well,
If it happens before Wilds comes out, I will cry.
If it happens before Wilds, we'll literally become real life monster hunters.
I have the weapons. I will go dual axes. You can use my bow, or I've got an air rifle if you want to still be like bow gun. It's fine.
This is when like suddenly out come the real monsters and be like da 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 da. Oh god, if we had actual palicos in real life, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm done with
I've got cats. I do not trust them to be my palicos, not one bit.
No, definitely not. I think, is there anything else you want to discuss about Wilds? Anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, because I feel like across a couple of our videos we've discussed quite a lot of it anyway.
It's exciting, definitely, because obviously that's a big thing. I mean, this time last year we just played Wild Hearts almost. It was like January, February time when we played Wild Hearts.
I'm hoping they've learned a few bits from, because there's a few bits that Wild Hearts did really well. I liked the whole you place your camp wherever you like, which seems like it's very doable when it comes to Wild, judging by what you can see in the trailers. And I liked the whole fact that if you didn't specifically pick a hunt, you didn't have to say, I'm going to go on an expedition. No, you just walked out the gate and boom, you were in this expedition. It was seamless.
Exactly. What I liked about Wild Hearts is it was a nice alternative. It wasn't like it wasn't a game beater, but it was
never going to be a replacement. We are Monster Hunter fans through and through.
Yeah, but I can appreciate what they were doing. I think it's always really good to have good alternatives because it just means that they have to, every version then has to kind of do their bit to keep pushing it forwards. So you're
Hmm.
gonna get a better product. So like any kind of games that want to compete or do something to compete against Monster Hunter have to offer that gimmick or that experience that is just as good or just as well developed. And we didn't really like the end game of Wild Hearts. I mean, we gushed about how good the character customization was, the locales, the
Running away.
running away was hilarious meme. Um, I did like the visuals and the locations.
Yeah.
The Ice Wolf was a fucking asshole. I'm saying that now.
Until well, I remember though. I remember sending you a thing of it until you, as soon as you started to learn it, and then it became really easy.
But it's like any fight, isn't it? You're like, oh my god, and it's
Mm,
like, but I would say that it was I don't regret playing Wild Hearts,
no,
but
God no.
I'm hoping that if they announce a sequel this year at some point, or they announce something else coming out. I mean, it's only been about a year since it's been out, so I don't think it's too soon to announce a sequel. But if they do announce a sequel in the next couple of years, I would be up for playing it. Or be up for
Oh
getting
yeah,
the
so would I.
because that
Just to
dragon
see
fight was amazing.
just to see what they've learned from the first time and how they've developed it going forward.
Exactly, and by supporting these kind of games, as long as they're doing the right things by progressing it, it just means you're getting a better product because you've got these two strong contenders who have to kind of up their game to stay relevant or to be that contender. That's how I kind of view it.
Hmm.
Same for RPGs. A lot of RPGs though they kind of follow that kind of those story beats. Like a lot of them are trying their best to offer that experience that is unique to them. And so for me, like the more choice you have, the better sometimes you get from that kind of thing. So with Wilds, I'm hoping that they've learned a lot from seeing what Wild Hearts has done, and I want to see what they do next, and see if I don't think they're going to be lazy. Capcom have been generally, touch wood, really good with their franchises recently. It's scary. I'm expecting them to fuck up at this point in time. Resident Evil's been doing really well. We've had really good with Devil May Cry 5 a few years ago.
Still
They've been
haven't
doing.
played that one yet, actually.
Neither have I actually. And I've watched it.
I've
I've not
played a
actually
cou-
tell lie. I played a bit of it actually. Yeah, I've played a
I
bit.
played Devil May Cry 2 and 3, but I've not played um 5.
I had to go on 5. I didn't complete 5 per se, but I did play a little bit of it, and it's good fun. But I would say I'm cautious because whenever a games company is doing really well, there's that inevitable, oh god, what's happened?
Hmm.
So
Because they think they know what the player wants.
or they get kind of complacent. Again,
Hmm.
I am not bad mouthing any games company. Capcom has, most of the games I actually bought last year were from Capcom. If you think about it, um, so with with Wilds being announced, I'm looking forward to the next 12 months to see what we get out of that. Um,
Yeah.
so, with the closing at the moment, it has now been about 40 minutes. I know we talked a little bit before we started recording. I hope you've enjoyed the first, I'm going to say, the first waffle hour at the moment. We'll call it waffle hour for now and see, again, if we get 5 likes below, at least we will call it the waffle hour, and I'll have to put waffles in the fucking intro, aren't I?
If we get 10 likes, could we have like a picture of you with a waffle iron above your face?
Oh,
Worth a try.
if we get 10 likes on this video, um, I will concede that Sryth is the better Monster Hunter player. There you go. That's an incentive below to get 10 likes. If we get more than one subscriber join the channel to listen to the podcasts, we may put in more. To be honest, I remember last year I said I wanted to get at least 20 subscribers and we went up to 33. So thank you for those who joined and enjoying the content.
There you
But
go.
yeah, 5 likes. If we get 5 likes, we will call this the Waffle Hour.
Look, you underestimate people's ability to do malicious compliance.
You
You
know
really
what?
do.
I will call out the public on this. Like, we haven't had many comments in the videos below when I've asked for feedback. So I am challenge you guys. If I get 5 likes, I will call this podcast the Waffle Hour. If I don't, I mean we have to give that a time scale maybe, because like a year down the road you might go, oh, it's only got 5 likes now. I'm like, it's been a fucking year, mate. We're not doing that. But if in the first week we get 5 likes, I will rename this podcast from the Edgecast to the Waffle Hour, which is going to be hilarious because I'm going to have to I'm not renaming the old ones, but I will then have to make a new logo, which will be interesting.
It'll
By
be
the way,
hilarious
please.
just having this waffle rolling in off the screen.
Oh God. But if you like, by the way, our new intro that's on this video, I will be doing a kind of a slowly revamp of the channel for this year because I really want to kind of put more effort in. But also, again, please give us feedback on what you want to see. Me and Sryth do want to hear where you're coming from. I think we can safely say now that Sryth is an official member of the channel with how much we've done together in the last 12 months. And he's been a very good friend to keep me in check and also to die in front of me repeatedly and give me fun when he starts to swear and go, "Let me heal, me heal." I fucking love that one. You know which one it is.
I know exactly which one it is because I'm actually fighting an Agakuga at the moment.
Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing in world when you did that.
Now, come on, guys, give us the likes. I want the clip art waffle rolling across the screen.
Fucking not.
Cue
Just to let
malicious compliance.
people know, we will be doing these kind of podcasts. I'm hoping no later than one a month, but it might be one every 2 weeks. I am currently working on some more shorts, and I have kind of worked out how to put shorts on my YouTube channel now, I believe. So I will try this out over the weekend, and maybe next week you will see a couple more shorts. If you like the shorts, because I can't believe it, over 109 views almost, I think, now on that one.
Wow.
I know, right? Let us know below if you want to see more of those, if you like the kind of the short little punchy jokes that we've done with that. I am also going to do a kind of a speed fire review of a game I've been playing called YS8 Dana, which is a game I got on the PlayStation Pass, which has been kind of fun because I play the Trails of series, and this is made by the same company. So I've been having a good time with that. So that hopefully will be out sometime this month. Obviously, I'm not looking forward to my bank account, I am looking forward to games coming out because there's a couple of JRPGs coming out at the end of this month / January, February, and April, and I will have no. So I'm going to die because there's so much. These games take time to play. So look forward to
And
seeing some
then
of
there's
that.
the whole need for, doing a job, having money, putting a roof over your head, all those adulty things that you have
You
to
did
do in
mention my
life.
wife there, and making sure I spend time with my wife, who I love dearly.
Look, I think we've already stated about a divorce when Wilds comes out. I think that the wives understand at this point that it's negotiable.
Uh-huh. Obviously, again, your feedback down below is really important to us because though this is a hobby for us, we make no money from this channel. We enjoy making content. We enjoy making videos. We enjoy just doing like stuff for fun, and it's helped me out over the last few years. So again, let us know below are you looking forward to Wilds? Have you seen the announcement for Wilds? Have you ever played a Monster Hunter game? Do you want us to make content about what it's about the weapons? Because I can make ones about weapons. I can what? God damn it! Now it just makes sense making the waffle hour. I can waffle for ages
Waffles!
about
I'm
weapons
hungry
and
now.
stuff. You let us know what you want to see on this channel. And we're going to make what we want anyway, but we'd like to hear from you and just, have a fun 2024.
But
Um,
on a final note of that, I will sort of add a caveat to that. Don't expect weapon tutorials. You've seen how I die. I can play most weapons, but just don't expect weapon tutorials because it won't end well. You won't be able to play well.
We will probably make joke videos of, what the weapon says about you. Like, with, like, you using the gun lance, you're a masochist, you just love pain. Pretty much
Yep.
what I think in that scenario. Light bow gun, just like, you're tactical, you like dodging.
It's God tier. It's God tier.
God tier, completely. Light bow gun for life. But yes, thank you again, everybody, for joining this video. If you like our kind of randomness to this channel, again, there will be more of that. Let us know below. Have a fantastic new year, a fantastic 2024. And I have no catchphrase, but peace out.
We need an outro. I did the intro. You have to think of something for the outro. Go.
I like waffles with maple syrup.
Yeah, you wanted the waffle hour.
I don't. It will be my pain, my mental pain. But you have all a great 2024, and as always, take care and peace out.
Letters.